Who's a fat cat? And on that opening, hello Pussycat. I've just got back. I'm bloody knackered. Need some vitamin C. Yeah. And we're here with a black bin liner and a backpack with a bag strapped to it. I was carrying this from my granddad's house in town to where I live in the village, which by car is 10 minutes if that out of the town. On foot it's an hour and a half, 3 mile round trip, which is what I've just done. I was carrying the bag, but it was getting a bit too heavy, so the rest of the gear is in the backpack, and I strapped the sucker to the handle so I could carry that. Juice. Ah, that's better. Just gonna set the camera down and take my fleece off. Oh, right. Well, since you know what videos I normally upload, and you can kind of guess by the size of what it is another computer. And my granddad, for many, many years, has been going to the local sale room run by one of the firms, auction house if you will, if that's what you call them in American, an auctioneers sort of thing, and they do antique and modern. I'm not going to reclaim these bags. Sales, yes, antique and modern sales, and it was a bonding sale, hence the reason why this is in it. You can't really put this thing in 4 bags. Well, I suppose it's because I was going to carry it differently. And I put a bid, sorry for the amazing view of my W5 multi-surface cleansing wipes from Lidl, trademark. Or Lidl, or Lidl, I don't know. I'm from Yorkshire, give me a break, I don't speak English. And yeah, anyway, so they get computers in from time to time. I've always been told to go up there, as we can see. It is a Dell. I haven't done a PC video in a little while, but I do actually have some laptops that I got last Sunday, from a local car boot. Well, my local car boot. Yeah, to show. So, first things first, what is it? It's me running out of room on here. Okay, fair enough, we'll just do it this way. Dimension 5000 series. Not in bad condition, a little dusty, a few scuffs and scrapes. Bit dusty on the inside. I quite like this as a cooling. I always thought that was kind of cool. As we can see, XP designed for Pentium 4 hyper-threaded. Didn't notice that. Hopefully it's a socket 775 Pentium 4. XP Home Edition key. Notice something different here. It's got a BTX motherboard, so she's mounted to the right. I believe it's got, as well as having a discrete card, yes, it looks like, oh, yeah, there we go, that was a bit stiff. It's also got an onboard card. Yeah, shouldn't have took that off. Reverse mounted, which I always find kind of weird, or maybe not. We've got 5 USB 2 on the back. I'll assume it's USB 2, most likely 5.1 surround, 10 to 100 most likely Ethernet, maybe gigabit graphics, serial parallel. It's got a discrete graphics card and a modem. 2 Euro USB on the front intakes, headphone microphone jack, and what appears to be its original optical drive. Bear with me whilst I just open this. Pull this and then this side comes off, but it's a little fiddly, so there is a cat. Okay, enough of the cat. Oh, and he's up. Enough of the cat. There is a view of my kitchen. There we go. For the moment it's just a little bit fiddly. So it's just a pull back, pull to the side. And then she comes off nice and easy. Looks like, I assume that'll be DDR2. Ah, it has 2 sticks in. I thought it only had 1. There's its fan. I was wondering how that went. Massive passive heatsink on it, so that must be quite a big slow spinning fan. Still got its hard drive, which is good, you know. I can understand people saying data protection and this, that and the other, but really, you don't have anything that bloody interesting on there. Why are you stuck? Or are you just stiff? Oh, well, let's just pop that down instead. Move that there. That was just stiff. Well, Western Digital, 1600. So that'll be what, 160 gig? Probably serial a.k.a. 1. Let's just. Specs are there. Digital Caviar SE. 160 gig. Hopefully that's still got Windows installed on it. I love these toolless entry cases. Ah, cat wants to go in window. Cat can go in window. If you're wondering why cat can't go in window, it's because cat has one eye. He lost the other, I think I've said before, when fighting a rat or something. I don't really want to move the RAM. At a guess, I would say it's probably got 512 meg, 1.8 volts, so yeah, that's DDR2. Graphics card looks like Quadra. At a guess. Not really showing you any good angles here. Hasn't been used for a while probably, or it's been used until recently, hence the dust. Quite limited board potential in a way. We've only got one other serial a.k.a. drive. 4 RAM, so that probably means it can take 2 gig. Not bad. There's one of the expansion ports, proprietary ones. I think that's one of the security add-ons. I can't remember. Space for another optical drive. You'd obviously hook that in via IDE. Yeah, because there's the connector for it there. Space for a floppy drive or other. It's got a hookup for an external sound card on there. But I'll stick it back together. I might actually try this down here because it has everything. Bar the installation material, this has all the other required essentials, which is why I was interested in it. I'll have to do that not. Bear with me a sec. There's not really going to be any edits, it's just literally I've got back. Right, I can't undo that knot, so I'm going to have to cut the bag. I'll get it off later. I'll have to get rid of that bag. Right, so in the space of carrying this home, I've lost 2 or 3 actual good carrier bags and 4 bin liners. Ah well. Plenty more where that came from, I suppose. Right, so Dell keyboard. I quite like these keyboards. It's something about this design and the feel that I get. Some people may disagree. If you do, by all means, I'm easygoing dude. Just give me your reasons why you think they're crap. And the monitor. At a glance, that's 15-inch 4.3. You might already be going, oh, what are you going to do with it? No one will buy this. Well, hopefully someone will buy it. It's a bit scuffed, but not too bad. I'm hoping to sell it for double my money, maybe a little bit extra. Not to be greedy, double my money would be what I'm after. Which should be about £40 UK, like I say. Just going to cut the rest of this off actually. No, maybe not. I'll just pull it through. Yep, so doubled my money back. Because quite frankly, it's still a good little PC by the looks of it. It'll very much run Windows 7, Vista, 8. You could put 8 on here. Simply because if you want a PC for a child, for example, so they have their own that they can muck about and thrash up, you know, 40 quid of anyone's money. If it saves you a 300, 400, 500, 600 pound laptop. I know a lot of people that are happy with that solution, and it means that I work with a few people who sort of have kids and that, and they all have to have computers now. When I was at school, it was optional, but yeah, sorry if it's not interesting. We'll just stick you looking at the Dell. I think he's set one up. I don't know if he changed it and bought another, but he wanted one for his partner's son to use because he was kept using his laptop, and he didn't like the fact that he had to do his homework whilst his mum and stepdad were there. So, you know, give him a bit of independence, and say 40, 50 quid of anyone's money. And I just noticed that's the power button. I thought it'd be the big Dell sign. Right, and now for the bag. I'll probably do a video on the laptops when I get upstairs, because it came with a scanner. I don't know if this came with the Dell itself originally. This is a Canon ScanLide 25, or CanoScan. 2400 DPI. Fairly clean. Give that a quick clean off maybe and sell that with it. That might get some people interested, because if it's a kid and they're doing artwork and stuff, well, they're going to need to be able to scan things in. Or even if it's just a person who has some photographs. You don't have to have a massively expensive scanner to do good copies of photographs. Hello, cat. Yes, there's his wonderful gimme eye. Poor little sod. That's what you get for fighting rats. Right, cables. Ethernet. Maybe a patch cable, don't know. Can't see it being a crossover. Another Ethernet cable. So I might sell it with one of them anyway. For some reason, there's a SCART to composite cable, or phono lead, depending on what you want to call it, which has an in and out selector. That won't go amiss for me. And neither will that. Another one of the Euroscart S-Video composite input-output switch boxes. They're always handy to have. Right, what we got? USB cable. That's obviously for the little scanner. A mouse mat. Global solutions for local customers everywhere. Looks like some sort of, obviously, manufacturing or engineering firm. What appears to be the monitor power and video cable. We'll need those. computer power cable, that'll be needed. Dell USB optical mouse, matching sets, and finally a matching pair of Dell speakers, possibly from this machine, although they look a little older to me. And that is that. So I'm just going to unjamble this mess, hook it up right now. Let's see if she goes. Again, no editing, so if you want to just skip this till you see me get it plugged in, it's entirely up to you. No complaints about camera angle or where it's at, because who cares? Again, this will be the first power on that I know of. From what I understand, they are meant to test these machines when they go to the sale room. At least make sure that they plug in and power on. And if they blow up in their face, I believe they either don't sell them or they have to list that it's blown up in the face and that it's actually broken now. Or the person who was going to sell it isn't allowed to sell it. Like I say, I'm not too sure on that one. I'll have to ask my granddad. See what they do about that, because it's always intrigued me. Might be able to just get away. That was us. Get away with just leaving that there. Ooh, leaving that there. Let's have a look at the voltage. 230. Right, which hasn't blown up on me. That's always a good sign. I hate it when people twist wires around like this. But, like I said, it's all here. I wish you'd stay in the window when I put you up there. Well, some people just sell it all. You always take a bit of a gamble when you look and see jumbled mess of cables and things. But looks like the gamble paid off. I totally didn't expect to win this either. You know, I put 15 or so pound on it, and then you've got your VAT on top and commission. So it came to about 18 in the end. You totally don't think with how eBay and that lot goes sometimes as well, like online, that you'll be able to get even an old system like this for £15, but no. Well, the screen seems relatively okay. So plug this into the discrete card, see what that gives us, and I'll rather untangle this mess that is the speakers. Take that out. Pull all that off like that. At least if I untangle it all now, it saves me a job later when I take it upstairs. Because then I'll know, obviously, she's all untangled. There we go. As it says, here's the right speaker. So that's the left. Pull that through the top. far as basic equipment goes, I've always found that the Dell stuff isn't actually that bad. I know, right? It's Dell. Next to a Packard Bell, they used to fall like flies. But some parts just seem to be okay for whatever they do. The peripherals, speakers and keyboard and mice just seem to be long-lasting parts. Right. Ah. Beep beep, eh? Now, check that fan spinning. Yep. That could be slight cable error, that. Let's give all these a little, or even a RAM error. Not the best way to clean it. 256 meg PC 3200. Yeah. Right, we'll power on with nothing in now. See if that's the same beep. Well, to me, it sounds like the same error code. So, I wonder, let's just try and, not the best way to clean them, but probably replace these RAM chips anyway. Now, looking inside, I don't see any bad capacitors. Dells are still notorious for that, even these models, and I mean, oh, this is only a guess. This machine dates from about 2005, 2006. It's a guess. Are they going that way? No, they didn't. Ah, it's just really stiff. She's still dead. Hello, Pussycat. Sorry that I keep putting it down. You keep getting interesting looks at my kitchen's condiments, but I don't try and struggle to take RAM and things out with just one hand. It's just silly when you can just pop the camera down, pop out the memory chip, and away you go. Right. For the moment, I'm going to turn that off, turn that off, turn that on, get rid of that. Doesn't like being in the white RAM ports. Likes being in the black one though. So that's where the other chip's gonna go. Might as well boot it with the same amount of RAM. And there's me saying about struggling with a RAM chip. There we go. Ah, bollocks. Yeah. Oh. Ah, that's kind of cool. Action is required. This computer has an add-in graphics card, but the monitor cable is plugged into the integrated video controller. To attach the monitor cable to the add-in graphics card, shut down, plug the monitor cable into the card box, or whatever, turn on the computer. System halted until done. Dell Dimension 5000, BIOS version A02. That's probably the Intel 915 or 965 graphics chipset for the onboard. And let's let it surprise me. She's still running XP. Any presents left in the optical drive? Yes, there is. Copy of Sonic Heroes. Well, there's another free disc for the collection. Power supply. I do like these Dell systems. I like how they're fairly quiet. And apparently this was Gerald and Sue's computer. And as I said, this machine will just be completely wiped. Obviously they didn't have the mouse and keyboard plugged in the USB ports. I've got them plugged in. The back will be cleaned off as best I can from some of this gubby stuff. Might just get a quick brush onto it. There we go. Let's see. No password. Fair enough. Right. There is a picture on here, and to respect the person's privacy, yes, it sounds pathetic. I'm just going to let it load up and then take the picture away. You know, this has still got a hard drive in it. Like I said, I hate it when people take them out for privacy of their data and stuff. I can understand why they do in modern machines, that's fair enough. I hate it when they do it to classic machines, because it's always a pain to find a decent drive for it then if you're not going to change it. Yes, I'll try and respect people's privacy if I can. So you can have an interesting view of the keyboard just till I remove the desktop image. Again, like I said, sounds pathetic, and it doesn't matter, we don't care who they are. You know, I wouldn't like to think that it could take a risk and then some, you know, person sees it and that, well, it's just not fair on them. And there we go. Doesn't seem too struggle-ish. Let's turn the light off. Don't need the light on now. Acrobat 7, Internet Security, Broadband Medic. Ooh, God knows. Ah, there's its little activity light, which looks kind of orange on the video, but it is a green colour. Obviously not meant for standing up. Let's see, PI monitor, broadband, Dell support, possibly still running on its original installer, Windows XP, by the looks of that. Unless there's a recovery partition on it. Let's just plug in the scanner. And she's recognised. Let's see what. Well, she's recognised, but no drivers. So I'll have to look for them. What are we? We are Pentium 4. Let's get you in your right hand. Pentium 4 3 gig. It's a reasonable machine. That's, yep, it's fair enough. Can advertise that. It'll be a socket 775, no doubt. If it's got DDR2, it will be. Hence the large heatsink. The RAM, not a problem. I think I've got some 512 sticks sticking around. I can either pop a gig in it or 2 gig. I'll leave it at what it's at and let the person buy some more or whatever. Yeah, a lot of people poo-poo this machine and throw it away, like I say. It's not a dual core, this and the other. But, you know, you don't need a dual core to do bloody work. And I'm completely wrong. It's a Radeon X300 SE graphics card. 128 meg. Again, not the greatest, but for a machine for doing a bit of internet and homework, that's not bad at all. Basic by today's standards, considering most graphics cards top ends have 3 gig. But then again, like I said, I know I keep saying it, it's going to be a first person machine. First person, a learner's machine, so first time computer kind of thing. And it's good to know that it all powers on fine now. DirectX. Oh, I see. Ah, right. So you take that off. Okay. Alrighty then. Fair enough, Dell. If that's what you say. Take that off to take the CD drive out. Fair enough. Get down with that. Bit of vibration there. Fans probably need, well, the fans do need cleaning. So oh, pictures on there. Alright folks, those will be got rid of. As will the documents, let's say, maintain people's privacy. Hell, I'll probably look on the Dell website, see about the drivers and such, and since this is the first time, I'll check and see if this thing has a recovery partition, and if it does, I'll just reload the recovery partition straight off. Another picture, but yep, it works. And this I've actually recorded a bit late to say now. I recorded some videos a week ago maybe. I think I haven't uploaded them. I can't remember what they were now. They're on the camera. I'll get them uploaded when I do these, and I will do a quick video on the laptops when I get back upstairs. For the minute I'm just going to play with this and maybe start clearing some junk off it. So rate, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube blog, and any questions please ask. Luke third out. There's a little update. I'm still faffing on downstairs with the Dimension 5000. I was going to run a disk defrag. Check disk had to be run. I was going to run a check disk anyway, but I was going to see like defrag it, and then well, it sounds silly, but I was going to defrag it and then I was going to clear around some stuff, make sure there was nothing I could find useful on it, the manual and such. But looking it up, there should be a semantic based Dell recovery util to reinstate it to factory settings. Sorry if it's a bit bleached out. It's 44%. I don't know, I've been down here an hour now with it doing this. I've been fiddling on, tidying up some bits, getting me seat covers out the washer, hanging a few bits out to dry, that kind of thing. Just tidying up. Dossing around the kitchen, going to start cooking food in a minute, getting that all ready on the go. Silly to defragment and then just reinstate it because you think, oh well, it'll clean all this, that and the up anyway. Yeah, it will, but it's just something I like to do. It's a thing I've always done when I clean them out. It is a bit different for me. Normally I would clean it out first and then do the reinstatement, but I'm going to reinstate it and then, excuse me, reinstate it and then I'll completely dust it out and check the thermal paste. Put some new paste on the heatsink, make sure it's all dust free. Give the power supply an open up and check out, because I don't believe there's a fan on that. I don't know, I might, well it looks like I can't quite see if there is one or not. Ah yes there is one, when I actually go and look proper. She's very dusty, so that's why it's not putting out much cool air. Haven't looked in my RAM or anything yet, but I know I've got some DDR2 kicking about that'll do. So that'll probably need a new bit of thermal paste on it since it has no fan. Give it all the dust off. Hello cat again. So, not going to add this to the other video, this is like a quick part 2, just to say what I'll do. I'll probably come back and show you it all once it's been reinstated and cleaned out. That'll be when you next see it. So, any questions please ask, rate, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube blogging. Luke third out.